Call of Duty looks intense. I just can't wait to earn a little bit of prestige in the multiplayer. That's all I'm wanting to do. Now listen, let's keep this energy going. Here up next to discuss Spider-Man Web of Shadows is the studio head for Shaba Games, Mr. Chris Scholes. But before he comes up here, why don't we take a look at the trailer for Spider-Man Web of Shadows.
Hey everybody, my name is Chris, and that was a hint of some of the chaos you're going to see in Spider-Man Web of Shadows. So what we have is an original storyline created for the game and is based in the comic book universe, and it's not based off of a film. And what that's allowed us to do is really craft a story that we feel best set to, that was best for the type of game that we really wanted to make. So you're going to find New York City overwhelmed by a growing invasion of alien symbiotes. That Spider-Man has to wade through this panic. And S.H.I.E.L.D. is going to come in and hover over Manhattan in their helicarrier, setting up quarantine zones and evacuation points, just trying desperately to stem the tide against this invasion. The conflict engulfs everybody. And it's going to be up to Spider-Man to decide who to team up with, his fellow heroes, or even some of his oldest adversaries in order to save the city. So one of the main areas that we focused on with this game was the combat system. The combat system has basically been completely rebuilt. We've been able to marry a lot of the things that make extreme sports great, the fluidity of motion and the creativity the player has, and able to push that into an action-adventure genre. So Spider-Man, with his speed and agility and strength, is really the perfect character to make this vision a reality. So what you're going to find is Spider-Man fighting through the streets of Manhattan, just bouncing off of enemy to enemy and being able to swing kick enemies and knock them up into the wall and literally carry the fight up the walls all the way up to the tops of the buildings and then jump off and fight all the way back down. We really feel like we've been able to finally capture for the player exactly how it is that they expect Spider-Man to be able to fight. So what I'm going to show you here is a little bit of our wall combat, and just to set it up, this is one of those S.H.I.E.L.D. evacuation points where civilians are being airlifted to safety as hordes of symbiotes are climbing up the sides of the building trying to get to them, and it's up to Spider-Man to save them. So another central tenet we had was that we really want to give the player the control to decide how he wanted to fight. So using that as an example, most of the fight took place on the wall, but at any time he could have picked up, Spider-Man could have picked up some of the symbiotes, thrown them off into the air, and just started comboing him in the air and even taking the fight all the way back down to the ground. So it's really up to the player just to decide how he wants to take the fight. And this goes also to the two different suits. So the players can use the red suit, which is more agility and web-based, or rely on the black suit's kind of more brute force and power and strength. But it's really up to the player to decide how he wants to play. And this element of control carries over to the other elements of the game. We have a robust upgrade system. There's dozens of moves that the player can use to customize Spider-Man and really become the hero that they want to be. So there's also a number of decisions throughout the game with real consequences. These decisions are going to affect the story, the way that people react to you, and ultimately control who it is that's fighting by your side in this last desperate struggle against this symbiote army. So I'm going to leave you with a little bit of the air combat. Now this is an earlier build, but I think it gives you a good example, a good taste of what fighting in the air with Spider-Man is like. So this is against Vulture and his minions, and it's Spider-Man fighting 1,000 feet up. So thank you, and hope you enjoy it.
Aw, look at the adorable little Vulture's nest. Is this your new line of work? Goblins are us?
Leave now while you still can.
Oh, it's a cliché fight! Okay, hang on.
I'm warning you, Spider-Man. I am more powerful than ever!
Uh-oh.
Ugh!